Alright, how's it going, folks? We're going to do some pinstriping. And if any of you have ever tried to pinstripe and hold a camera or set up a camera around pinstriping, you almost need two people, but I think I figured out a way to do it. So I bought this cheapo on bag full of all sorts of goodies, like GoPro goodies. And it's got one of these stick things that I just don't mind my garage. We're in my garage, by the way. I just got one of these stick things that I'm going to mount the camera to shoot straight down to our practice board, which I made in a video. The frame's not on it because I just took the frame off. It's easier to flip the colors around on the back panel. So one thing I'd like to talk to you about is my progress, because I've been more into the cutting edge side of things with our graphics business, and I feel some of you guys may be more interested in the pinstriping on the channel, which is cool. I'd like to do a lot more of that. And I have been doing a lot of it. So as far as my progress goes, I'm getting pretty scary good, which is cool. I probably put in about 2 hours a day of just practice. So let me just show you a few things that I've done. And a lot of the pinstriping that I've been doing has been just on these poly metal boards. Because we do signs, we have an abundant of this stuff, which is way cool, because, you know, if I can save any money to practice, the better. With that being said, I don't have a lot of my pinstripe stuff here in my garage, because lately all of my pinstripe designs and stuff have been really like wall hanger stuff, or I think it's wall hanger stuff. But I do have this helmet that I'm working on. It's a fireman's helmet, vintage, not real vintage, but it's probably your 70s, 80s era fireman helmet. What I'm going to do is get some gold leaf and put some, I don't know, something on the front here in gold leaf, and some gold leaf accents. And then I just pinstriped on a tile back here. And then this is my daughter's painting. And there's another pinstripe painting there. I made these cool stickers for myself. Alright, back on the progress. Let me show you, since we're at the shop now. Different day, this is an interjection. Let me show you what we got going for progress at the shop. So, got a lot of just like, this is just a can. I tried my best at doing some freehand lettering. And this is kind of not the most recent, but recent one. Here's kind of a Christmassy themed one. Here's another one. I still gotta clean the lines off of it, but I think I still might add some stuff to this. It just seems bare right there. There's another one that I did. A flame job that I did. Here's a little piano that I did. Here's another one in a frame. This one I used silver, one shot silver. Let's see. I think that is all. All the other ones are from quite a while ago. I can definitely tell my progress from when I first started. I mean, look at my borders compared to like this one. Much cleaner now. And like, oops. If you're wondering, that's actually a brown, dark brown. And then, yeah, see, like, look at my lines. Not bad. They're getting better. It's all freehand, so I mean, it's not supposed to be perfect, but it still can be very close. Here's another simple design. I don't know if I've showed you this or not. This is actually the same size that will fit in this one that I did. My new favorite thing to do now is to go to Goodwill and see what they got for old gold cool looking frames. Yeah, like this one is an early one. You can tell that I'm starting to get much cleaner, you know. But anyways, back to the main video. Hell yeah. Another thing. Kind of all over the place. But here's my current pinstriping setup. I found this toolbox at a antique store. I got a sweet deal on it. This is just my paletting board. And then I've got all my paints in here. I don't have a lot. I have mostly one shot, which I love. I have dabbled a little bit into the alpha enamel colors. They're okay. They're definitely something you gotta get used to if you're used to one shot. To me, just I don't want to hate it because I do think it's good paint. It just doesn't flow like you would think one shot does, if that makes sense. And then, you know, I got all my pinstriping brushes in here, which we're gonna need this box. And I think for color, we're gonna use red. Let's just use my alpha enamel red. I mean, it works just fine. You just have to know. You just have to get used to it, really. Let's get my. Here, let me set you guys down for a second. All right. So this is the. Well, it's not the last pinstripe that I did, but it's one of the latest ones that I did on this practice board. And it looks pretty good. Really starting to get my line consistency just about on par. A lot of things that I need to work on is like my my curves, and then trying to get it to look the same on the other side, which obviously comes with practice, but it's looking pretty good. Obviously, it helps if you have a grid. I've been trying to practice without the grid, just for practice sake, because you're not always gonna. I mean, you could always draw a grid on whatever surface you're working on, but I just don't want to become reliant on the grid. However, it is nice when you're practicing. I have a video of making this grid. I'll put the link in the description for that. Also, I'm going to put the link for my Facebook and TikTok. I've got about 1,300 followers on TikTok. I have a lot of pinstripe stuff on there. If you got a question or whatever, you can always reach me on Facebook. And then TikTok too. If you follow me, I'll usually follow you right back. So good stuff. Let's get into it. So, in order to clean glass, all you need is some glass cleaner and a razor blade. I tint windows for a living, so we don't use razor blades anymore. But like, say there's a sticker or something on the window, we just get the window wet and just take this razor blade and scrape it right off. That's why I think glass is the perfect practice canvas, because it's a very inexpensive way to practice. This frame I found at a Goodwill for like $5. I'm sure you could find somebody with an old picture frame that means nothing to them. And you can still keep the picture behind it, because you're not going to hurt nothing. But yeah, there it is. Fresh. Okay, let's get to painting. Alright, so what I'm going to be using today is MAC 000. I use mineral spirits to clean and thin, and I know I should probably be using one-shot reducer or alpha enamel reducer, but this is what we got. I'm also working on trying to get some Ronin. I've heard Ronin's pretty good stuff. Okay, so I got her cleaned off. Let's shake our paint up. Make sure it's good and shook, mixed up. Alright, so I'm just going to palette the brush here. I don't know what I'm going to do for a design yet, but we're just going to wing it. Got the brush loaded up. Let's see what we can do with this camera in my way. Okay. Hope that shows up okay. And I guess we could try to get you closer. How's that? We're just gonna send it. Does that make the whole frame? Perfect. So it's a little different for me to do it in front of a camera. See if we can thicken this one up. Not a huge fan of having to re-pull another line, because I usually can't get it to work out for me, but that's why we practice, right? I'm kind of not, I'm usually right up on top of myself. Up close and personal. I'm kind of like a foot away because this camera's right in my face. But anyways, we'll get her. Whoops. Let's redo that. Perfect. So what I do to fix this, which I could just, well actually maybe I'll try that first. So I got this cool little tool here. Got it at Hobby Lobby. It's just like a rubberized tip. And what you can do is, if you're lucky and it works out for you, you can just kind of, which it didn't really work out for me, but maybe it will. That'll work. I do want to redo that though. So let's say that didn't work. What you can do is come in with some alcohol, some rubbing alcohol or isopropylene, and just kind of, there you go. It's like it never happened. Yeah, let's try to make something out of that. You know what? We're going to run with that. It's not the same. But who cares? Okay. How's it looking so far? I am trying to make the lines a little thicker so you can see them. Hope I'm not breathing heavy in this thing. Okay. Alright. So that's what we got so far. So now, instead of just getting another color and having to clean my brush out, I'm just going to add a little bit of white to the red and then see what happens. Okay, so put a little bit of white in, kind of turn it a pink color. So let's just fill in the center. So if you hear me breathing, I'm right on top of the camera. I can get my eyes to work. It's late at night, of course. Had to work today. We wrapped another service truck for that same company that I've already filmed. They bought another truck. If you guys haven't yet watched the SEMA trip video, I got to meet Vondago, which was pretty neat. Let's see. I got to talk to him for a little while. Funny thing is he was actually at a Eastman party that was, gosh, where was that at? The Blue Dog or something? Then I did see him at the show too. Seen Gooch. I don't know if you know who that is. Awesome pinstriper. He had a booth there. I didn't get to talk to him though because he had a bunch of people around, and I was going to ask him some questions and stuff like that. Like, you know, beginner's advice sort of stuff. Like what he uses for paint, what he, you know, this or that or whichever. And, you know, all those questions are great and grand, but in my opinion, just get a brush, some paint, and do some of your own digging, you know? Let's try something here. Alright. Kind of kicked out on me because I don't have the greatest control being this far away from the camera. Or from the... There. Let's see if I can't copy that. Let's see here. Little shaggy there, but I'm just gonna leave that. Happy little accidents. Let's do this. Vondego's a great dude. Wish I had more time to talk to him, but it's kind of funny. When I met him, me and Dad were in line to get food at because at this party they had just, all sorts of different food, choices and stuff, and me and Dad were waiting in line, and like, no way, there's Vondego. Oops. What's going on here? Let's fix that. Okay. Here's where it gets tricky. Anyways, back to the Vondego thing. Awesome dude. And I met him as he was walking away. His hands were full of, plates of stuff for him and his wife, I'm assuming. Unless he was that hungry, I don't know. Anyways, I caught him like, hey, you're Vondego. And he goes, yep. And I so badly wanted to just pick his brain, but I'm like, you know what? I'll talk to you some other time. You go eat your food. Super nice guy. And then I actually ended up running into him again later that night. I did get to pick his brain a little bit, but... And I know, Vondego, if you watch this, I'm going to apologize now. I'm not using your brush. I do have it. It's right here. I think I've got 4 of your brushes, actually. Got all your stickers. Much appreciated. Okay, let's just meet this one. I'm kind of playing with these kind of earlobe looking things. I think it does add kind of a elegance to it. And there you have it. Pretty simple design. You could add more to it. You can probably get more white, or add a white to it. I mean, the possibilities are endless, really, pinstriping. That's why I like it so much. There's just so much you can do. Okay, let me show you how I clean my brushes. Let's do that. I'll give you guys kind of a close-up. See, I got a little hairy here on my curves because I didn't spin the brush fast enough. But that had a lot to do with I'm like way out here, so the whole brush control was a little different for me. But any hooters. Pretty nice little design. Quick. Looks really good. And gets the job done. So what I use for towels are these blue shop towels. You can get them at Menards if you have a Menards. I'm sure you can get them at any other hardware store. They're cheap and they work great. So obviously I have a dirty, medium, and clean mineral spirits here. So what I do is I just gently kind of squeegee. Try not to pinch too hard, but just kind of squeegee that paint out, right? Try to get most of it without, you don't want to pull your hairs out, obviously. So it looks similar to that. My first wash, right here. You just kind of dip it in there, swirl it around, and then same thing, just kind of take your towel, just kind of pinch. I like to pinch it right at the where the hairs meet the wood. Just kind of pinch it. Do this again. It's quite the process if you want it done right. And you definitely want it done right. Because stuff's not getting cheaper these days. And we work hard for what we got, right? So, okay, there's the first wash. Set the brush down for a second. Let's put this one aside. Grab my medium wash. Get myself a new towel. Basically repeat the step. Just kind of swoosh it around there. Notice how the mineral spirits didn't get too dirty. This is why brush oil is so important, because say you don't, and then I just kind of almost like push on it like that. Hope you can see that. Hold on. Yeah, you just kind of push on it like that. Right. Not too hard. You want to be gentle. Basically, you want to try to do this until you quit seeing, your color. Man, I was pinstriping blue the other day. It's hard to see the color on this blue towel, but I think these towels are great. They're pretty inexpensive, so use as many as you need. Okay, that's the second wash. Now what I like to do with the final wash, so I got these popsicle sticks with a rubber band on it. You can use a clothesline pin too, but this is what I had. You can do this one or two ways. You can split these two popsicle sticks and shove it in there. But what I like to do is just shove it in the rubber band. I haven't lost a brush yet. So then I just let it soak for, I don't know, 5 minutes. Okay, now that that's been sitting for a little bit, take it out. Get a new towel. Repeat all them other steps. Just kind of blot it until that color comes out. Now if I was switching colors, I would say, you're probably good to switch colors by now. So let's see. I've been pinstriping for, I think I started in February or March of this year, and I have seen loads of progress. But I will say, if I miss a day, I can miss one day, but if I miss more than 2, we'll say 3 days, you can definitely tell for sure. We're getting to about being pretty good. You might see just a tinge of pink. I don't think you'll ever get it all, but you can get pretty dang close to it all out of the brush. So once you got it all pretty much out, you want to get as much as you can. After that, you want to oil your brush. And what I use is Fondego's brush oil. This is some good stuff. I'm actually running a little low. Oops. I keep it in this. I pour that into this jar. Just just easier to dip your brush in this jar. You just kind of dip it in there. You want to get it up in that furrow. And you could palette it too, on your palette. Work it in there, in the hairs. And you have an oiled brush. And then I just stick it back in my brush box here. I always stick it, you know, like you would hold it. I don't know why, but to me, I'm just OCD. I always stick it in here how you would hold it, so it doesn't get any funky bends in it. You want to take care of the equipment that you use, you know, especially if it's making you money. I've learned that firsthand, being a graphics company, the son of a graphics company, I should say. But yeah, there you have it. Simple design. I appreciate you guys for watching. But anyways, heck yeah, support your local pinstriper. You know, pinstriping's kind of like tattoos in my opinion. You're never going to get the same artist. Everybody's got their own style. That's going to be it for this video. If you haven't already subscribed, better do that. Hit that like button. We got a lot coming. We have to go to Texas again here in December, which will be kind of nice to get out of the frigid cold. It's currently like 9 degrees outside. But anyways, later. Thanks for watching.